Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and today we're at it again with two more boxes of pennies for Hunt 127 of our Lincoln Hunt and Fill series, boxes 261 and 262. Now I thought we'd make it really interesting today by having two different types of boxes from across the country. We got East Coast on this side from Pennsylvania, that's NF String & Sons, and this is Loomis from the West Coast, and I don't know where it's from, but it's most likely from somewhere along the Pacific Northwest. So two different boxes. We'll definitely keep stats on them separately and compare at the end, but I'm excited for it. They both look circulated. I guess I haven't looked at this one yet, but this one looks very circulated. So if this one's circulated, we'll have a nice hunt today. We'll get into the West Coast box first. I'll open it up, see if we have any enders, and we'll get started with the hunt. Well, the West Coast box is off to a very slow start. We're already at roll number 11, and we finally have our first wheat cent. It's going to be a 1954 from San Francisco. Very next roll, and we have wheat cent number 2, and this one's going to be a 1957 from Denver. Roll 17, and we have another 50s wheat cent here. This one's going to be a 1952 from Denver. Roll number 20, and we have wheat cent number 4, and this one has some really bad corrosion on it, but it's going to be a 1950 from Denver. Very next roll, and we have wheat cent number 5, and it's another one in really rough shape. This one's going to be a 1952 San Francisco. Very next roll again, and we have another 50s wheat cent, and this one's a 1953 from San Francisco. Well, it may have taken just about half a box, but we finally have our first 40s wheat cent. We got a 1944 from Philadelphia. Roll 29, and the West Coast box just got a huge boost here. We've got ourselves an oldie. We have a 1920, and this one's unfortunately bent, but I was just able to make out the two there. 1920 Philadelphia. That is wheat cent number 8. Roll 32, and we have another 50s wheat cent, and this one's going to be a 1958 from Denver. Very next roll, and we have wheat cent number 10 here, and this one's going to be a 1953 from Denver. Roll 38, and we got two more wheat cents here. Our first one is a 1952 from San Francisco, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's going to be a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll 49, and we have two more finds here. One is just an interesting one that I found along the way. We have a very damaged 1964, may have been shot by a BB gun or something. We also have another wheat cent. We have a 1958 from Denver. Very last roll of the West Coast box, and we're going to have wheat cent number 14, and this one's a 1955 from Denver. Alright, well the West Coast box is over, so we went ahead and got the stats on absolutely everything. We counted out all the 2009s, in fact, we got 10 of them. We got 6 Canadian pennies, 29 S-mints, we got 2 shiny copper cents, 11 50s wheat cents, only 2 from the 40s, and the oldest one was a 1920 Philadelphia. On top of that, we also got 318 copper pennies. So we have all the stats right here. This is for the West Coast box. Now let's move on to the East Coast one. Well, we're on the very first roll of the East Coast box, and we already have our first wheat cent. We have a 1941 from Philadelphia. Roll number 5, and we have two more wheat cents here. Our first one's going to be a 1952 from Denver, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's going to be another 1952, also from Denver. Very next roll, and we have wheat cent number 4 of the East Coast box, and this one's going to be a 1945 from Denver. Roll number 7, and we have wheat cent number 5, and this one's going to be a 1957 Philadelphia. Roll 14, and we have another 50s wheat cent here, and this one's actually in pretty nice shape. We have a 1956 from Philadelphia. Roll 22, and we have another 40s wheat cent here, and this one's going to be a 1944 Philadelphia. Roll 29, and we have another 50s find here. And this one's in really rough shape. We have a 1956 from Denver. Very next roll, and we have an older Canadian cent this time. We have a Queen Elizabeth II Younghead, also known as the Laureate Portrait. And this one's going to be from 1957. Roll 35, and we have two more wheat cents here. Our first one is a 1953 Philadelphia, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's going to be a 52 from Denver. Roll 38, and we have another 50s find here. This time we have a 1955 Philadelphia. Roll number 40, and this time we have a 40s find. We have a 1947 from Denver. Roll 42, and we have another 40s find. And this one's a 1946 from Denver. Roll number 44, and we have another older Canadian cent here. And this one's in really nice shape. And it's going to be a 1964. Very next roll, and we have a 40s find here. And it's going to be a 1948 from San Francisco. Roll 46, and we have a 50s find here. A 1956 from Philadelphia. Roll 47, and we have a 1957 this time, and this one's from Denver. Roll 49, and we got two more wheat cents here. We have a 1958 Philadelphia in pretty nice shape, and we also have a wheat cent right back here. And this one's going to be a 1958 from Denver. Alright, well that's going to wrap up our East Coast box. Let's go ahead and take a minute to look at our East Coast finds. Starting off, we got 9 2009s. We had 6 Canadian cents with a 1957 being the oldest and a really nice 1964. We also got 11 San Francisco minted pennies and 2 shiny copper cents. We had 12 50s wheat cents and 6 from the 40s and nothing before that. But the biggest advantage for the East Coast is they had 520 copper cents. It was absolutely loaded. That's more than a fifth of the box is nothing but copper. So really good box overall. Here is our final tally for the hunt. So as you can see, both sides led the way in 3 different categories, and there were also 2 ties. So I'm split on what side's going to win this one. I know the copper really led the way in the East Coast, but the West Coast did have that 20s wheat cent. So let me know in the comments who you think should win. But this was a fun one overall, and hopefully we can find some more East Coast boxes here on the West Coast, because it was a lot of fun to do a comparison like this. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. I want to thank y'all for watching. As always, it was a lot of fun, and I'll see you in the next one.